We are officially just past halfway through the month of June. Just like that, it came and it will be gone. So we have to keep persistent, keep working hard, being committed to our mission. What is your mission, you might say? I know you guys don't ever say that, but our mission here at South Bay Grading is to take 100 contracts, 10 million in annual revenue by 2035. That's what we are here to do. Why are we doing that? Well, because Brandon Dawson says that collaboration is the currency. He has built several multi-million-dollar businesses, and the power that we have when we come together and we can all apply our expertise to a problem, the faster we can solve those problems. And really, construction is just a bunch of problem solving that ends with a project being completed without any problems. We'll figure that one out. All right, our estimating stats, looks like we're almost at 41 million. We have been awarded another project. So we are at 8.8% on the numbers and 4.1 on the dollars. So good work, estimating department, aka Jared Dean. Let's see. So one of the projects that we bid in the last couple of months is Marina Kai Apartments. It is a HUD project. We teamed up with Silicon Contractors. They are out of Monterey. And as you guys can see, it's probably not really obvious looking at this plan, but there was an existing duplex. They're removing the duplex and building a 7-unit apartment building. Our scope covered demolition, excavation, grading, the on-site wet utilities, some site concrete, curb gutter, sidewalk type stuff, and some paving. This is a unique project in that because it's HUD, it's not your traditional public works type bidding process. They don't have to list the subcontractors in their proposal, and they also don't have to go with the lowest bid on the project. So I don't think we've even gotten all our feedback yet, have we, Aaron?
No, we haven't.
Yeah. So it's a little more of a mystery box. It's almost like bidding a private job where you're relying on somebody to tell us how we did and if they're going to use us or not. So as my friend Mike Betty says, it's a bid shopping extravaganza. Is there anything else you want me to talk about?
What are we looking at right here, Sean? What is this?
I believe that is our AGTEK. We like to call it the heat map because it goes from cold to red hot. The red hots are cuts, the blues are fills, and this got generated in-house by the now famous LinkedIn
superstar
video streamer, Jared Dean.
Check his interview out on LinkedIn.
Yeah, definitely look it up.
Yeah.
AGTEK.
It's on South Bay Grading and Sean Dean's LinkedIn also.
So for those of you who don't know what a cut and a fill is, a cut means the ground goes away and a fill means you're putting dirt there. So that back right corner, we're adding dirt to the existing, and that bottom right, that deep dark, and that middle left, those are cuts where we're digging out the most. So the darker red it is, the deeper the cut. Yellow means on grade. So it's kind of like the grade of the dirt isn't going up or down.
Is this like the duplex? What is this?
So the parking lot, there's a reconfiguration of the parking lot on the right side, and the building footprint is the center stage.
The orange is part.
Yeah.
You mentioned this wasn't like the normal public works bid job, it was a HUD. What does that mean?
So HUD is a
Housing something maybe. I don't know. It's some sort
It's
of
a government agency.
Yeah.
It's an NGO.
yeah.
They don't need to disclose anything.
Oh, pretty. Nice. Look at that.
So Ream Valley, picture on the left is what it started out. Picture on the right is what's out there now. Since this picture was taken, they have gotten most of the exterior walls up. So it is pretty well boxed in now.
Yep.
How long ago was this? When did it start and to today's date?
I don't know.
That I think was fall before that big rain.
Yeah.
And then to the right was,
What, 4 weeks ago?
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, we started this job in, like, the calendar's aren't up anymore. We started in November of last year, and unfortunately with the rains and some underground utility issues, the slab pour was delayed quite a long time.
And now they probably have about 10 to 12 feet of cinder block up around the perimeter, right?
Pretty, yeah, almost 20.
Oh wow.
They're up pretty close to the top, I think.
Okay.
So one thing just to note, so the utility owner for the sewer on this job is called Central San.
Yeah.
Like Central Sanitary. So they have a rule that you cannot work over an active sewer line. And one of the first orders of operation was for the underground contractor to move a sewer line that was just under the corner of the new building out to where the new street's going to be. And so that was the cause of most of the delay, was getting that new sewer line in, getting it cut over, and then basically grouting the old line. Now, what's kind of funny about the situation is that now that the sewer line's been moved and it's still relatively at the same grade, still the same material it was when we started, we can work over it now.
Yeah.
So it's just public agencies, that sometimes the bureaucrats don't have anything to do other than to be bureaucrats. So it's just a little FYI. If you're working up in Moraga and you're working with Central San, make sure you understand the rules because they have a lot of them.
Oh, that's neat.
AI in construction this Sunday.
All right, everyone. Good morning. Today, I decided to just bring a few insight to all of you guys that I think will be extremely helpful. Since South Bay Gradings have been implementing Claude AI, we've just been learning every single day that we can save ourselves so much time and just honestly energy and effort of doing the small work. And I just wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I think would be extremely useful to every single one of you guys. Starting with the most basic and easiest one is by sending and responding to emails. How many of you just have been staring at an email and you just don't know how to start it or don't know how to respond to it? The easiest way nowadays is to honestly just throw it into the AI, tell it what you would like your response to sound like, and it will just spit a response back to you and done. Easy, seconds, and it's not going to consume time that honestly you don't need to be wasting on sending emails. Long specs that come in on Friday afternoons and you're like, oh my God, why should I read this right now? You throw it in there and you say, ask all the basic questions that you would ask just so you can have all that information ready to go. Obviously, it's not going to substitute you reading the plans with your own eyes, but it will give you all the main information and everything that you need to know to be prepared for your next meeting or for your Monday meeting. Your daily field reports, same thing as well. This one is for anyone that's running their crews. If you had a long day, last thing you want to do is write a report. Honestly, You just grab your phone, dump the rough notes, and just ask it to spit all the information out for you. And trust me, it will spit you all the information. Whenever you're going into a network event, or if you are going to meet new clients and you didn't have enough time to do any research on them, ask AI anything that it can pull off the internet about this company or about the person that you're going to meet with, and it will give you a full rundown on the person of all the main information, which companies they have worked with, or anyone that can be a connection between the you two. It will pull that information for you so you can walk prepared and feel more confident. And last but not least, prep for any meeting. If you have any questions, if you don't feel prepared, if you are going to talk about a topic that you don't feel confident enough about, go in there. You don't need to do a full-on Google research. Just throw it in the AI and speak to it like you're talking to your assistant, or that you're talking to a person that you want to know that information. Trust me, it will know the information for you, and it will make your life so much easier. South Bay Grading has implemented Claude, and we all think it's extremely valuable and helpful to all of our teams. So if you and your company, you have the opportunity to implement it as well, or any other ChatGPT, any other AI, we would highly recommend it.
Do it.
Do it.
And how much does Claude cost for all, just for people's knowledge, for our whole office to have it?
For our whole office team of 5 people, it costs us $120 per month, and it saves us a heck ton of time.
Yeah.
And that was it. Now I'm going to pass it on to Aaron. That's going to show you guys live example of how Claude can, or AI itself can, save you up so much time.
Thank you, Claudette. They should have changed my name to Claudio over here. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to jump over here. So here is an example of real first that Sandy was talking about reading specs. I cropped out the PDF files of the plan sheets, the geotech report of a project we're working on right now, and I asked Claude to run through and generate me a submittal list. I put in my base file, which is a Word document of our blank letterhead, and I told it to output everything in a list on letterhead, and Claude came back to me with a Word document with headers. I added in the blue text. Obviously, I read this and I made sure it was right, and I was super impressed. It actually went a little crazy and added a bunch of stuff in that I didn't need. So it was a simple operation of deleting and making some notes. This took Claude 25 seconds. So I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to play this video. This is a separate example of, I was sent a tenant list for our builders exchange over here. And as you can see, this is, I can't copy these items. So this is like a bunch of images that were pasted onto a PDF, and I wanted a usable, linkable document. So here we go. Let's run this. So here's the interface of Claude. I said, create a tenant directory Excel spreadsheet using the information in the PDF file attached. So here's the PDF file, me scrolling through it. I'm on 1.5x right now, speed. So I move it over to my other screen. I typed in the prompt, and then I drag and drop the file right into the chat box, execute the prompt, and I'm gonna zip forward. So at minute, let's see here, at minute 2, since I started, it output a spreadsheet with an open in Excel button, which I can click, and I'll bring it over from my other screen. And there you go. I've got a filterable spreadsheet that I can sort by ascending, can do whatever I want with it. Now all the emails are in copy paste format, so I can select them all, send a mass email, I can filter the spreadsheet. So that whole thing from start to end took 2 minutes and 56 seconds. And so I see this, I will unshare. So I see this as super valuable if you're tracking expenses. Say you have a bunch of receipts and you're doing manual data entry, anything, you could write notes by hand, take a picture of it and drop it into Claude, and it will type your notes up for you and put it on your letterhead. I'm using it for meeting minutes. I'm using it for tedious data entry, initial spec review, contract review. It's not 100%, but it gets you 95% of the way. I recommend checking it, but it does a lot of the heavy lifting. A lot of this tedious Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, and now Bluebeam Max work can be automated in Excel. The benefit of Claude that I've noticed from other AIs like Grok, which I was using, I still use a lot for internet search and stuff like that, but Claude integrates directly into Microsoft Excel, into Microsoft Word, and into Bluebeam, which is a huge plus for us. And more modules and widgets are coming. Anthropic is going big. I mean, I think they're going public, or they just went public, so they're going to have a lot of money to throw at everything. If you're not using it, it's the $120 a month for 5 people. As the ROI on it is huge. I couldn't even begin to calculate how much time it saved me. It's
Well, just on that one spreadsheet, it probably saved you at least a couple hours.
Yeah, exactly.
You would have been hand punching all of that into
hand
Excel.
punching all of it in.
So
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. So good work. So I was a child of the 80s and 90s, so my technological savvy ended at about Windows 8. So, but it's pretty incredible to see just how good the technology is getting, and guaranteed that the guys that will have the most success and experience the most growth in the next 5 years are people who can figure out a way to leverage AI to save them time, because time is the one thing none of us can get back. So every minute we can holster, that gives us time and attention and energy to focus on something more than filling out a spreadsheet. So I'm pretty excited. I appreciate you guys, the team in here, for adopting AI and pushing it and seeing what we can do with it. Something else that we'll maybe share soon is we're using AI to generate our proposals. Yeah, so pretty excited to see how that does, because that's a huge time suck every time we put a proposal together. So
one other thing on the proposal Sean was talking about. So after you run a prompt in Claude, you can tell it, make this into a skill, and Claude will output a .md file that you can save to your computer, and it becomes a Claude skill that's a repeatable task. So if you're doing a lot of things again and again and again, you can start to develop a skill library that Claude will, it's writing the code in the background. You can run that skill again and again, so you don't have to redo the entire prompt. You just execute the skill and it knows what to do. So we're playing with that right now. If you do get some sort of AI, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, and you'll start to understand how to talk to it. That's what I've done. I've done a lot of prompts that didn't work, but even more prompts that I didn't think were going to work, that I thought I was throwing a Hail Mary, and it's like Jerry Rice in the end zone,
Yeah,
it's like,
whoa.
Whoa.
How does posi traction on a Plymouth?
Yeah.
It just does.
Oh man.
Awesome. All right. So neighborhood hands, we have increased the participant level to 225. And we've already maxed that out. It has now, we're still turning away about 10 to 15 people per program in terms of stipend distribution. So the program continues to grow. We had a very successful so
Luncheon.
the luncheon event. Yeah. So what do you call that? Fundraising. Yeah. Our fundraising event, it was super successful. Over $40,000 came in at that event, which covers about 8 programs. So really, really big success for the team there. There is always a need for capable volunteers to show up and help keep this program moving. So if you are interested in what you can do, our next event is on the 27th. So not this weekend, but next weekend. If you'd like to know more, reach out to Sandy at southbaygrading.com. Or you can go find Neighborhood Hands, neighborhoodhands.org, read all about it there. But yeah, it's pretty great that this organization continues to grow. They're very, they're very mindful of what they're doing. The money that comes in, most of it's going back out to the community. So having a really positive impact. And I'm proud to be a part of it, along with Aaron and Marina. Book club, memoirs and misinformation. So we got through chapter 1 this week. We do this book club, happens on a weekly basis at 8:45. So right after this meeting, and then on our off Wednesday, same time. If you guys want to engage with us in this journey, you can reach out to Sandy at southbaygrading.com. She will get you on the meeting.
How could you not like a book written by Jim Carrey and read by Jeff Daniels?
Right?
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Our motto in here is you got to keep on pushing. The only way you fail is if you quit. So don't ever quit. Just keep on pushing. And what do we have here, Sandy?
The more you are in a state of gratitude, the more you will attract things to be grateful for.
It's pretty sick.
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney and this beautiful, lovely image in Yosemite from the Steve Hosmer.
Might be
The
like somewhere
Hosmer
by
dads.
Mono Lake or Tuolumne Meadows. I can't remember. They went all over.
The Hosmer dads.
Mr. Hosmer.
Is your brother here
today?
He's in Houston,
Houston. What's he doing in Houston?
eating Creole, doing things.
Just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming today. Thanks for taking time out and spending it with us. Does anybody have anything they want to add before we sign off? All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you in 2 weeks.